Good evening, I am Samriddhi Kesi and these are the headlines of the hour. Ruling party CPN-UML criticizes Pushpa Kamal Dahal's remark on Premier Oli's upcoming China visit. Allegations termed baseless, irresponsible and harmful to state sovereignty. Kosi province gears up to organize a 3-day investment summit. Experts suggest to prepare an investment-friendly environment. A senior Hamas official says that they are ready for a ceasefire in Gaza and urges US President-elect Donald Trump to pressure Israel to end the aggression. And Nepal Premier League Kathmandu Gurkhas signed Krish Karki as their iconic player out of 250 participants of the talent hunt. Welcome back. The ruling party CPN-UML has criticized former Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal's remarks on KP Sharma Oli in an interview with the Indian media. Dahal had accused Oli of using a China card and called his upcoming 5-day China visit immature. In response, UML issued a press release today terming Dahal's allegation baseless, irresponsible and harmful to Nepal's sovereignty and foreign policy. UML Foreign Affairs Chief Raghubir Mahaset stated that such comments violate diplomatic norms and undermine Nepal's independence. UML emphasized Nepal's balanced ties with India and China and urged Dahal to retract his statements, apologize, and avoid jeopardizing Nepal's international image for political gains. Prime Minister Oli is scheduled to visit China in the first week of December. Now, Finance Minister Vishnu Paudel has expressed dissatisfaction with the performance of Inland Revenue Department and its subordinate offices. He has mentioned that the performance evaluation has declined in comparison to the last year and says that the targeted revenue collection cannot be achieved through normal work pace in unusual circumstances. Speaking to the event organized in Kathmandu on the occasion of National Tax Day, Paudel has urged the employees to work honestly. Paudel said that the level of tax inspection is beyond satisfactory. He has further insisted on the modernization of the tax administration, introduction to the cost reduction practices, development of the technology-friendly manpower, and expansion of the scope of taxes. Now, Kosi province is to organize a 3-day investment summit in Biratnagar in the upcoming January. The local government has speeded up the preparation of the summit. Experts have suggested to create an investment-friendly environment along with the preparations for the summit. Kosi provincial government has speeded the necessary provisions by forming Chief Organizing Committee, Steering Committee, Policies and Legal Reform Committee, Advisory Committee and the Secretariat.
लगानी बोर्डले सोकेसको योजनाहरु आफ्नो तर्फबाट तयारी गर्ने काम यहाँको चाहिँ यो आयोजक समितिको मुख्य समितिले त्यसको मुख्य आयोजना गर्ने काम र अन्य विभिन्न विभागहरु यहाँ छुट्याइएको छ त्यसको सचिवालय चाहिँ अस्तिसम्म अलिकति सक्रिय हुन सकेका थिएन अहिले फेरि सक्रिय गर्ने र कर्मचारी पूरा गर्ने काम हामीले सम्पन्न गरेका छौं.
In the conference, projects studied by the Provincial Investment Committee, projects worth more than 100 million rupees sent by the local level committee, projects selected and sent by all the 14 district coordination committee, and projects selected by all the provincial ministries will be presented on the order of their priority. The government is preparing to present 60 to 100 projects related to tourism, agriculture, water resources, industry, mining, minerals, and information technology at the investment summit.
साठी देखि 100 वटा परियोजना हुन सक्छन् जसमा चाहिँ पर्यटन, उद्योग, खानी खनिज, कृषि, यो जल संसाधन, आईटी क्षेत्रका र सेवा र यातायात सम्बन्धी क्षेत्रका चाहिँ सबै किसिमका परियोजनाहरु हामीले चाहिँ समावेश गर्ने अहिले एक किसिमको निर्णय भएको छ.
In our public voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces what should be done in order to decrease internal and foreign investment in the provinces. Let's have a look at what they had to say.
कृषिमा पर्यटनमा विभिन्न ठाउँमा दिएर बजेट दिएर उहाँहरूको मनोबल जित्नुपर्छ।
बाहिरबाट आइदेला र अनि त्यसपछि हामीले यहाँ गरौँला भनेर सोच्ने होइन कि हामीले उत्पादन गर्ने हो र त्यसलाई बिक्री वितरण गर्ने र त्यसलाई चाहिँ तपाईको चाहिँ आफ्नो प्रदेशलाई कसरी आफ्नो जिल्लालाई र आफ्नो ठाउँलाई कसरी समृद्ध बनाउने।
अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय क्षेत्रबाट पनि लगानी गर्नको लागि त्यो वातावरण बनाइदिनु पर्छ।
पर्यटकीय वातावरण बनाउन प्राइभेट एन्टरप्राइजहरूलाई सहुलियत दरमा ऋण प्रवाह गरी यिनीहरूलाई प्रोत्साहन गर्नुपर्छ।
वैदेशिक लगानी पनि चाहिँ प्रदेशले भित्राउने अधिकार चाहिँ प्रदेशमा हुनुपर्छ।
कृषि होस् वा हाम्रो आफ्नै पेसा होस्, यो चाहिँ जीविकोपार्जनको लागि मात्रै सीमित छ। यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले व्यावसायीकरण गरेर
त्योबाट उत्पादन भएको चिज राज्यले बजारीकरण गर्ने व्यवस्था मिलाउनु पर्छ।
जनताको पहुँचमा हुने खालको कार्यक्रमहरू ल्याउने र विदेश लगानी भित्रै खालको चाहिँ प्रभावकारी कार्यक्रमहरू ल्यायो भने
सरकारले चाहिँ लगानीको वातावरण सृजना गर्नुपर्छ। त्यसपछि लगानीकर्तालाई चाहिँ लगानीको चाहिँ सुरक्षाको प्रत्याभूति दिनुपर्छ।
Now, Chair of the Maoist Center, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, and leader of the opposition party, who has been saying that he is not involved in breaking the alliance, has claimed that the government will be formed under the leadership of Maoists after the government led by KP Oli. While addressing in a program today, Dahal claimed that if the Oli-led government collapses, he will form a government under the leadership of his own party. He insisted that the opposition party is a government in waiting. With the collapse of the Congress Maoist Center coalition government, Dahal has been strongly criticizing the Oli-led government. Nomination papers of candidates for the local level by-elections are being registered tomorrow. The Election Commission has set up a schedule for the registration and election process for the local level by-election process. Nominations can be filed on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the designated election offices. A final list of candidates will be published on November 19 from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Candidates can withdraw their nominations on November 20th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with the final list released between 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Election symbols will be issued from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the same day. Voting will take place on December 16th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The elections are for 44 vacant positions, including chiefs and vice chair of local councils and senior officials of the wards. It's time now for a short break. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. It's time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. But before today's question, let's have a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what should be done to prevent the weakening constitutional body that monitors governance? 15% have voted for option A, appoint qualified officials, 50% have voted for option B, end political interference, and 35% have voted for option C, strengthen the laws. Here's today's question. What is your take on Finance Minister Vishnu Paudel's statement that the government might not attain its revenue target with the current approach? Option A, stop revenue budget. Option B, pile pressure on public officials. And option C, do some self-reflection. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It's time for international update. The Palestinians' militant group Hamas have agreed to end the Israel-Gaza war. Hamas had agreed to end war that has been ongoing since last 1 year after Donald Trump bagged his victory in the US presidential elections. A senior Hamas official said Friday that the terror group is ready for a ceasefire in Gaza and urged the US President-elect Donald Trump to pressure in the aggression in Israel. The comment came on the same day Hamas-ally Palestinian Islamic Jihad released a propaganda video of Israeli hostage Shasha Trufanov, and as the UN Security Council prepared to consider a resolution calling for a total ceasefire and the release of all hostages. Speaking to AFP, Hamas Political Bureau member Basim Naim said that Hamas is ready to reach a ceasefire in Gaza Strip if a ceasefire proposal is presented and on the condition that it is respected by Israel. The comment came on the same day Hamas-ally Palestinian Islamic Jihad released a propaganda video of Israeli hostage Shasha Trufanov, and as the UN Security Council prepared to consider a resolution calling for a total ceasefire and the release of all hostages. Hamas Political Bureau member Basim Naim said that Hamas is ready to reach a ceasefire in Gaza Strip if a ceasefire proposal is presented and on the condition that it is respected by Israel. Chinese President Xi Jinping called for efforts to steer economic globalization in the right direction, jointly promoting a universally beneficial and inclusive economic globalization to benefit of the various countries and communities. Xi, speaking at the APEC CEO Summit in Lima, Peru, said that the entire Asia-Pacific is deeply woven into the fabric of economic globalization and is now an interdependent community with common interest and a shared future. Xi called for building an open economic system and efforts to keep the global industrial and supply chains stable and smooth. On the summit, Xi noted that China will deepen reform comprehensively and continue to provide robust momentum for the entire world economy, adding that the country has full confidence in the meeting the target growths of this year and remaining the biggest engine of the world economic growth. Chinese President Xi Jinping said that China is willing to work with Japan to jointly promote the strategic relationship of mutual benefit between the two countries and to build a constructive and stable bilateral relationship that meets the requirements of the new era. Xi said that both international and regional situations are rapidly changing and turbulent at present, noting that China-Japan relations are at a critical stage of improvement and development. Xi stressed that China's development is an opportunity for the world, especially for neighboring countries such as Japan. He expressed that he hopes that Japan will work with China to establish correct mutual understanding and work together to translate the important political consensus into specific policies and actions. The two sides shall face up to history, look to the future, properly handle the major issues of principles such as history and the Taiwan question, constructively manage differences, and maintain the political foundation of the bilateral relations. Meanwhile, Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba said that there is a huge potential in Japan-China economic cooperation and that Japan is willing to work closely with China within the framework of APEC and other organizations. He expressed that he hopes that the two sides will strengthen people-to-people exchanges and push for more achievements in cooperation in various fields such as economy, trade, green development, and medical care so as to better benefit the people of the two countries. Now, the drone footage filmed today showed a thick layer of toxic smoke engulfing multiple areas of India's capital, New Delhi. Landmarks like the Signature Bridge and Rajghat, a memorial dedicated to the iconic Indian freedom fighter Mahatma Gandhi, were barely visible. According to the Swiss group IQ Air, the Air Quality Index AQI of New Delhi stood at 812 at 0600 GMT, putting it in the hazardous category. The city battles smoke, a toxic mix of smoke and fog, every winter as cold air traps dust, emissions, and smoke from illegal farm fires. Now, as Israeli strikes continue to hit Lebanon, local residents voiced their frustration and grief over death tolls on civilians today. Israel has been launching airstrikes in the Hezbollah-controlled southern suburbs of Beirut, flattening buildings, and has stepped up its bombardment of the area this week, an escalation that has coincided with signs of movement in the US-led diplomacy towards a ceasefire. Lebanon's health ministry said that Israeli attacks have killed at least 3,445 people since 7th of October 2023, most since late September. It does not distinguish between civilian casualties and fighters. Israel further added that Hezbollah attacks have killed about 100 civilians and soldiers in northern Israel, the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, and southern Lebanon over the last year.
Sports News.
Welcome back. Nepal defeated Afghanistan by 2-0 in the Three Nations Cup in the match that concluded a short while ago. This was the first match between the two sides in 11 years. Nepal had lost to Tajikistan in the first match of Three Nations Cup by 4-0. The match was scheduled for 6:45 p.m. Nepalese time at Dusanbe Central Stadium this evening. Gillespie Jongkarki scored first goal for Nepal in the 46th minute. Second goal, scored by Rohit Chand on the 78th minute, led Nepal to the victory of 2-0 in today's match. Nepal had played a practice match in the same ground yesterday. The last time Nepal played against Afghanistan was in 2013 in Dasrat Stadium. American legendary boxer Mike Tyson gets defeated by Jake Paul at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, in one of the most improbable matchups in the sport's history. The win improves Paul's professional record to 11-1 while dropping Tyson to 57. Paul, 27-year-old social media star with more than 27 million Instagram followers and nearly 21 million YouTube subscribers, cruised in the bout. Meanwhile, Tyson, 58-year-old, is known as one of the best and most intimidating boxers ever. He opened his professional career with 19 straight finishes, 12 of which came in the first round. After a first round that saw Tyson aggressive, his age caught up to him. Tyson appeared slow for most of the fight and barely landed any significant punches. His offensive output dropped considerably from the mid-rounds on. The much younger Paul peppered his opponent with jabs and hooks throughout the bout while taking little damage. Tyson returned to the ring 20 times since that defeat, going 13-5 with 2 no contests. He has not competed since losing to Kevin Bride in 2005. He was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame in 2011. Now, Kathmandu Gurkhas has officially signed Krish Karki as their iconic player. The NPL franchise club had organized a talent hunt at different places of Kathmandu Valley for 4 days. 250 people had participated in the event, among whom Krish Karki was selected. Few other players, including the iconic player, would get the chance to participate in the training organized by Gurkhas. 250 got to participate in the talent hunt out of many players. 9 youths from Kathmandu, 4 from Bhaktapur and 19 from Lalitpur were selected in the final round.
काठमाडौँ बालुवाटार त्यसपछि त्यसै गरी भक्तपुरमा र ललितपुरमा गरेर लगभग हामीले 250 देखि 300 चाहिने पार्टिसिपेन्टबाट चाहिने अन्तिम प्रत्येक ठाउँमा चाहिने सेकेन्ड फेज पनि गरायौं 15 16 20 गर्दै र अहिले अन्तिम फेजमा चाहिने अहिले लगभग 32 जना प्लेयर्स चाहिँ ल्याएका छौं र यसबाट अब एउटा आइकोनिक प्लेयर लिनुपर्ने नै हुन्छ हामीले हैन एउटा आइकोनिक प्लेयर त हामीले लिन्छौं त्यसको साथसाथै केही अरु ट्यालेन्टहरुलाई पनि अवसर दिने सोच बनाएर हामीले साइड टिमसँग चाहिँ 4-5 प्लेयर अझ पनि जोड्न सक्छौं.
All the teams have commenced the selection process. Karnali Yaks have begun the selection in Surkhet starting yesterday. Sudeep Aryal has already been selected as iconic player from Pokhara, while Sudur Paschim's talent hunt is to happen tomorrow at Dhangadi. That is all for the moment. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.